Until hopefully the end. I think I can finish in this video. Let's see what happens. So, starting off with 31. Oh, by the way, in case you haven't watched the other videos, I'm on page 392 of the 2004 edition of the Pre-Algebra Prentice Hall textbook. Okay, I'm working through the chapter test for chapter 7. So, 31. An insurance salesperson earns a salary of $1,200 per month plus a commission of 3% of sales. That means he earns 3% of whatever they sell. How much must the salesperson sell in order to have a monthly income of at least $1,500? So they're going to earn $1,200 a month, no questions asked, plus 3%, 0.03 of something will be added to that $1,200. Now, they want at least $1,500 this month. At least. So that means they want to earn, this is how much they're earning. They want to earn more than or exactly $1,500. Okay, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want to earn less than $1,500. Okay, that would not be fun. Well, we've got our nice equation here, and let's go ahead and solve it. It's not that bad. So 1,200 minus 1,200 on both sides. 1,500 minus 1,200, that's 300. Less than or equal to here. 0.03x is greater than or equal to 300. Divide both sides by 0.03, and that's supposed to be a decimal. 0.03. And x is going to be greater than or equal to, what is that, 10,000. So this person needs to sell at least $10,000 worth of insurance in order to make at least 1,500 bucks. So x has to be greater than or equal to 10,000. 32. Oh, 32 is just a question. How is solving a two-step inequality different than solving a two-step equation? Well, it's all the same rules, but the only difference is if you multiply or divide both sides by a negative, you better flip that inequality sign. So I'm going to write that as my answer. 33. All right, we want to solve for the variable indicated in that certain color in the book. So I don't want to indicate it in a certain color. Well, you know what? I will, because that'll be cool. H equals 3 plus 2. Hold on. 3W. Oh, so we want to get W by itself on one side of the equal sign. So let's do that. Okay, so we want to subtract 2 on both sides. So H minus 2 equals 3W. Divide both sides by 3. H minus 2 over 3 equals W is a pretty good answer, but I'm going to go ahead and simplify it even more. Okay, that's 1/3 H minus 2/3. Okay, I just broke apart this fraction. Equals W. So I can say that if I want to. How about 34? Okay, 34. G equals CST, and we're solving for S. G equals CST. And yes, why not? I'll put it in a different color. Cool. All right. So getting S by itself is actually pretty easy. Really easy. It's one step. C times S times T. If I rearrange that, it's like this. CTS equals G. Remember, I'm allowed to rearrange it because it's multiplication. Then I can just divide both sides by CT. G over CT equals S. Sweet. 35. All right, 35. R equals 6n plus 4p. R equals 6n plus 4, and why not? I'll put it in a different color. P. All right, cool. So the first thing I want to do is subtract 6n on both sides because that's in the way, and I want to get p by itself. So R minus 6n equals 4p. Let's divide both sides by 4. This should be our final step. And if you want to simplify it further, it's 1/4 R. I'm breaking apart this fraction. Okay, minus 3 over 2 n, equals p. And I did 6 over 4 simplifies to 3 over 2. That's why I said minus 3 over 2. Finally, y equals x over 5 minus 4. Y equals x over 5 minus 4. I'm going to solve for x, and I didn't do it in the separate color, but deal with it. So, oh yeah, this is 36. Add 4 to both sides first. So y plus 4 is equal to x over 5. I had to write it over here. I'm going to multiply both sides by 5. So that's going to give me 5y Oh, goodness. It's going slow again. There he goes. I don't know what's happening. 5y. There we go. 5y. Distribute that 5 to a 4 plus 20 equals x. So x is equal to 5y plus 20. Hey, let's move on. I need to clear some space off. I got some simple interest problems to do next. And I love simple interest. Simple interest is definitely not that difficult at all. So I'm going to breeze through these real fast. Starting with 37. 800 bucks is deposited at an interest rate of 1.5% for 3 years. Remember, it's I equals P times R times T. I is Purdy. So P is 800. It's 1.5%, so we write that as 0.015 times 3 years. When you multiply those out, the amount of interest is 36 bucks. Next, 38. Okay. 1,050 bucks is deposited at interest rate of 2% for 9 months. Careful. I equals PRT. So the principal is $1,050. We got a 2% interest rate, 0.02. And it's 9 months. Remember, T is supposed to be in years. So 9 months is 0.75 of a year, 3/4 of a year. When you multiply that out, you get $15.75 after 9 months. Pretty good. 39. $2,500 is deposited. That's the principal for an 8% interest rate, 0.08 for 5 years. Multiply it out, you get $1,000 after 5 years. Sweet. Number 40. I only have 4 more problems. This is crazy. All right, so next up, we're looking at compound interest. B equals P parentheses 1 plus R over N raised to the N times T. Alrighty, so number 40. $12,000 at 8% compounded annually for 4 years. So let's look at what that means. $12,000 is what you initially put in there. 1 plus R, the 8%, 0.08. N is 1 because it's compounded annually once per year. And that's for 4 years. When you do that math, plug it in, I got $16,325.87. Number 41. Okay, using this same formula, okay, from up here, and I'll go ahead and circle that in red. I'll box it in red. That is one bright red, by the way. You probably can't see it on that YouTube screen because it's a little bit lower quality, but man, on my computer it's really bright. Anyways, so number 41, we got 1,950 bucks, 5% compounded annually for 2 years. Very similar to the last one. So 1,900 parentheses 1 is in there, plus we have a 5% interest rate, so 0.05, compounded annually, so that's once per year, and we were talking about 2 years, so 1 times 2. When I do that, I got $2,149.88. $2,149, I'll put my little comma, and 88 cents. Should put a comma right there too, that doesn't really look right. Anyways, 42. $18,500, 9% compounded semi-annually for 5 years. So we got a little bit of a change here. We're talking semi-annually now. So the principal is $18,500. 1 plus 9%, 0.09. Wow, that is sloppy. Okay. Compounded semi-annually, so twice per year. So the ends are 2s. And this is done for 5 years. When I work out that math, I got $28,729, $28,729.93. Almost done. 43. Let's squeeze it into the bottom. $75,000 is your principal. 1 plus 15%. Man, that's pretty awesome. 0.15. Compounded semi-annually, so twice per year for 8 years. Sweet. All right, let's see what happens. Oh boy, this would be great. The balance at the end of 8 years is $238,000, $559.49. $238,559.49 is that answer for 43. So we are done with the Chapter 7 test on page 392. I hope you enjoyed. I know you did because it's all about math, and I know you love math. Okay, math makes me happy. So I am exhausted because I just did all of these videos back to back. So even your math teachers get tired after doing like a ton of problems in a row. So I am going to go take a break, and I hope that helped you study for your test, and I hope it helped you get a better idea of how to solve multi-step equations, how to do problems with inequalities, word problems, setting up equations, simple compound interest, transforming formulas, all sorts of cool stuff. But anyways, I'm Mr. Bohoric. I'm going to go rest. My hand feels like it's going to fall off from writing all these examples, and I hope to see you next time. Have a great one.